Hi guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I actually want to go over a few things or like theories or something that I think I actually found on Google. Well, for Need for Speed Most Wanted. Well, like it is, it doesn't matter what one you played. So I want to go over four theories of the ROG theory. The also a few things you didn't know about. Also like why does how my this way Ronnie stay to Supra pop up in the final cutscene. I'll be going over those. But the first one what I actually find interesting was the one about ROG. Now, if you don't know who's ROG and you haven't even played Need for Speed Most Wanted, ROG is basically how may I put this, one of the people who actually tries gives you advice and other things when you progress throughout the game. ROG is not part of the blacklist, although actually in very early pre-release versions of the game, he actually was meant to be 16th on the blacklist, meaning at some point he was going to be an antagonist before Sonny was, well, 15 on the blacklist. But anyways, first I actually want to go into a theory on him, on what happened to him after Need for Speed Most Wanted. Now, some people would say it's easy to assume he probably got arrested just like the rest. Well, I don't really think this is true. First of all, I don't really have evidence for this because think about it. Rock was never part of the blacklist. Neither he was never part of. Maybe he wasn't friends with Razor. Neither even the lowest ones like Taz or Sonny. So he can't be a part of the crew of Razor's crew on the blacklist. So yeah, it's either that Rock either probably left Rockport City, like maybe he just escaped it, just like the player did, and then he probably maybe went to go start a new life after he decided to retire from illegal street racing. The next one I want to go into is on Mia. Now, Mia here, I actually find a bit interesting since there's not a lot about talked about her after. Although, let's just go into it. So, Mia, what now? You're probably thinking she maybe would have been found guilty of having the player, but no, she wouldn't actually. She would now also I'm gonna put this way. So I don't know how to describe about Mia about what happened to her. It's either that probably she still works at Rockport City Department, the Rockport Department. I don't know, Rockport City Police Department. But it's also I think maybe like she probably retired, because it's currently 2025 right now, and I'm sure she is like probably a long time retired. She probably now has I don't know, probably like the player there is a distant memory. And yes, I'm talking about you as the player. Well, not you, but like, if you played Need for Speed Most Wanted. Next is also a few things that also seem a bit confusing when you ever see the final cutscene in Need for Speed Most Wanted. First off is your one is why is Ronnie's Toyota Supra in the background? Well, he's MK4. Well, you see, even though he does drive at the start of the game, there is actually one thing I saw on this Reddit post while I was on Google. There were actually a few Reddit posts. First off, there is one actually I think is the most accurate, probably in my opinion. I think this is the most accurate. Maybe you as the player actually managed for the pink slip, if you actually got um a- Ronnie's Aston Martin TB9. I'm sure Ronnie, instead of actually just selling his old Toyota Supra MK4, he decided to probably keep it as a backup car, which I'm sure he decided to use after he lost his DB9, which his parents got him as a graduation gift. But anyways, the same can also be said for Razor at which his car can also be spotted at the end of Need for Speed Most Wanted in the final cutscene, more specific. Now also you probably now there was also another one I saw on a Reddit post called "Why What Happened to the Razor's Ford Mustang After Need for Speed Most Wanted." Now I did also just explain now that his Ford Mustang, where he decided to keep it if he lost his M3, which he did actually, so he decided to keep his Ford Mustang. But what happened to it? It's quite simple to say. His Ford Mustang got impounded. The same can also be said for the other blacklist racers, such as Ronnie's Toyota Supra, which also got impounded. Even the lower ones, like Sonny's Volkswagen GTI Golf, or even Taz's Lexus IS300. And yeah, but also, there's nothing else. But also it does also say on the Need for Speed Wiki they mostly got arrested. Although Sonny and Taz are not mentioned, but they are pretty much long time arrested. I'm sure, long time probably. No, yeah. So also, there's not really much I could possibly say about this. Oh yeah, and you probably also know by now, Sergeant Cross also he got fired by the Rockport City police department. His own assistant, also eventually rejected him. Then after that, Sergeant Cross eventually his car's taken away from him. Then Sergeant Cross is now a bounty hunter, which now he goes hunting for bounty, and and now you're one of the targets of him because he's so fed up with you at this point, Sergeant Cross. So yeah, I'm sure Sergeant Cross had to now go probably get a new job because he now just lost his old one at Rockport City. And yeah, now there's something here in just my opinion, and I'm thinking now, like maybe you as the player Need for Speed Most Wanted, like maybe you've successfully completed Need for Speed Most Wanted, and now you're just roaming around the city, and then like you're probably on live action news, and then the rest of the blacklist is like, and then Razor's like, that's my car. Like in my opinion, I think of it as that because like maybe like seeing everything, but nah, it's just my little thingy I like to add on top of it. So yeah. There's nothing else I could possibly say about these few theories in Need for Speed Most Wanted. But personally, I think the most accurate one is the one about why does Ronnie's Toyota Supra pop up, which because I think is the most accurate out of them all since I like it. Rogue One, yeah, I think is a little bit of a unfortunate one in my opinion, which is a bit quite unfortunate for Rogue, since he wasn't on the blacklist. Neither a friend of Razor. So yeah. Also, those were just a few theories on Need for Speed Most Wanted. Again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more theories like this, like I did with Burnout 3. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.